Today, we're going to be importing the 2025 draft class into the 80s, the Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird era. And one player specifically that I want to look at is 6'9", 200-pound point forward Cooper Flagg. He is fantastic on both sides of the ball. Great three-point shooter, great rim runner, great blocker. He does pretty much everything fantastic. So I want to see how he would fit into this 80s era against some of these elite teams all time. And we're going to simulate through this regular season, and we're going to see where he gets drafted with probably the #1 overall pick. Let's get into the actual draft lottery here, where we can see which team will get that #1 overall pick. I guess it's only between two teams here. And the Bullets get the second pick. And in the 1984 draft, the Chicago Bulls are going to get potentially Cooper Flagg. There's only 23 teams in the NBA right now, so this is going to be monumental here as we go to the NBA draft. I'm assuming we'll see Cooper Flagg go with this #1 overall pick. The Chicago Bulls, instead of getting Michael Jordan, they get another potentially all-time elite prospect in Cooper Flagg here. 6'9", 210 out of Duke. He is going to be fantastic, as it said, averaging 5 blocks here. And Ace Bailey going #2. Some of these players we can look at too, because a lot of these guys will be very impactful throughout the next few years, especially within this franchise. We may see Cooper Flagg go to a few different teams. So guys like Dylan Harper could be potentially in the mix if he wants to go to the Kings and team up with other players throughout his career. Or maybe we'll see him stay with the Bulls. Now that we know he's on the Bulls, let's sim to the end. We don't need to watch this whole entire draft. Some other guys that we can see in the draft here, just going through some of these names. And what we're here for is Cooper Flagg and the Bulls. They were the worst team in the NBA last year. Let's see exactly how they do in this first season. So believe it or not, the 26 and 56 overall Bulls did not make the playoffs, as I would assume. Magic Johnson here wins the MVP with 18 and 13 and 8. Fantastic numbers. Cooper Flagg wins the Rookie of the Year, 22, 8, and 5. I mean, Magic, great on both ends there too, but Cooper Flagg with 2.2 blocks, 1.5 steals, and that three-point percentage at 32% does have to come up a little bit, but remember, he's a big, so we can't be too upset about that. 47% from the field, hopefully we can get that up too, but a fantastic rookie year for him. No other awards for us. He actually makes the All-NBA first team in his rookie season, something to be proud of. I mean, looking at these stats compared to other guys too, Isaiah Thomas 21 and 10, Cooper Flagg 22, 8 and 5. He's getting up there. He could potentially be seen as one of the best players in the NBA right now. Let's see if he does makes the All-NBA first team defensively, and not making it through the playoffs. I would not be surprised if potentially we go out and try to get someone big in free agency. We'll see what this Bulls team wants to do. Moses Malone wins Finals MVP, but that's not what we're here for. We need the Bulls to come out and actually have another good draft. Getting Cooper Flagg last year was very big. Let's see where we're going to be picking here. Cameron Boozer goes with the first overall pick, and let's see where the Bulls are with the 7th overall pick. We have a trade going through. We're not that worried about that. And we'll draft someone good here for Cooper Flagg. I mean, looking at our team, we pretty much need everything. We'll look through the best players. They have Darian Peterson here, ranked as the best player according to this website. Pretty much everyone is saying that he's the best at shooting guard. We could use another guard next to our all-star last year. So we'll take Darian here, sim to the end, and hopefully him and Cooper Flagg can have a good 1-2 combo back there, and maybe this Bulls team can make the playoffs this season. Let's see how much that Cooper Flagg progressed over the offseason going through free agency. Let's look at this team. Cooper Flagg up to an 84 now. We have Reggie Theus, however you pronounce it, at an 82 as our shooting guard. We have Ennis Watley here, 22 years old, a 79, pretty good. Let's see where our rookie is. Peterson, we'll probably move him to the point, or we could keep him at a shooting guard and have him come off as the 6th man. This team isn't very good. Hopefully Cooper Flagg can continue to progress, maybe get an MVP in this season. Last year, pretty close, honestly, and we'll continue to load in later draft classes too as well. Loading in the 2027 draft class, and will continue to advance here. So a lot of big name players not going to be in the NBA in this simulation, but we'll go through here and see maybe the Bulls can turn it around this season. Right now, it doesn't look like it. So pretty similar result. We only win 22 games this season. Magic Johnson wins another MVP. Cameron Boozer wins the Rookie of the Year. We'll see. He also wins the Defensive Player of the Year. So big season for him. And Cooper Flagg once again on the first team, averaging almost identical numbers. You would hope that his stats go up. His field goal percentage actually went up by a good amount. His three-point percentage went up by a good amount. So I'm assuming he just didn't take as many shots here in this season, which would make sense, I guess, if we brought in some other players in the draft too. I guess we're not going to see how much per game, but his stats staying the same at points, staying the same at rebounds and assists, pretty much the same steals and blocks, less turnovers, shooting a better field goal percentage and a better three-point percentage. If we're only winning 22 games, I would hope that maybe we just do a little bit better. Cameron Boozer already winning second team honors, so very big for him. He could be potentially, he takes our spot too on the defensive first team. Cooper Flagg's biggest rival could be Cam Boozer here. Hopefully we can win some more games next year, get past that 20 win threshold, because Cooper Flagg is doing very good. We'll see how much longer he has until free agency, but he might want out from the Bulls. So looking at our progression here, Cooper Flagg already up to an 89, almost at that 90 overall. And our rookie from last year, Darian Peterson here, up to an 83. So him, I think we might have to move him to either put him at point guard or put Reggie at point guard. We got to have both of these guys on the court at once. Having a 90 and potentially two 83s. Maybe this team will be better this year. We have not great of a bunch, but hopefully these three players can bring us to at least the playoffs in this season, because if not, Cooper Flagg's years could be running out on the Bulls very quickly. So actually looking through here, if we move Darren to the 3, he moves up to an 84. So we'll move him to the 3, and if we look around here, he also goes up if we move him to the 3. We'll keep Reggie at the 1 though, so looking a little bit better here. Cooper Flagg, we may have to move his position around too if this goes up, and he pretty much stays the same wherever we keep him at. So no 90, we'll keep him at the power forward. So now with our starting power forward, small forward, we can look at how our game plan will change, and we have an 84 and an 89 and 82. The rest are 70s. Hopefully, Cooper Flagg can put this team on his back and get us at least past that 20-win threshold. Maybe get us to the playoffs this year. So Larry Bird wins the MVP here. And if we look through, no awards for us, but we did do a lot better here. And it seems like Cooper Flagg doesn't make the first team for the first time in his career. Let's see what his stats look like. And if we go through, and I don't know why it's, here we go, with his career stats from this year, his points do go down a little bit, his rebounds go up, his assists go up, so really interesting to look at that. His field goal percentage does go up, his three-point shooting did go down a lot, kind of back to where it was originally. He does make the defensive first team again, but the bigger story is we are the 4 seed in the East. A very good season for us, 43 and 39, especially compared to the last few years. So with this first series only being 5 games, we're going to go through here. We win game 1, we win game 2, and we can't get the sweep here against Milwaukee, and we get past them. We're going to go up against this Sixers team who won a lot of games this year. If we look at this team, I mean, very good from top to bottom. They have Mo Cheeks, Trey Johnson, Julius Erving, getting a little bit older here. Moses Malone here at a 95. So it's going to be tough to go up against them. Obviously, the better team, but if Cooper Flagg can battle against Moses Malone, we may have a little bit of a chance. Let's go through and see. In game 1, we lose to the Sixers. In game 2, we lose. And game 3, we lose. And we get swept by the Sixers. Just too good for us. I'm assuming they go on. And they actually lose in the championship in Game 7. Mark Aguirre wins the finals for the Mavericks. But a good sign for us, if we can continue to develop, Cooper Flagg may have this video done after next season if he can win a championship. Let's see how much longer he wants to stick around. But let's see how he progressed in the offseason. See if he got up to a 90. So looking at the development here, Cooper Flagg up to a 92, Peterson up to an 85, and overall this team, we're going to try to get some better players here, but the team's not looking that great, but Cooper Flagg may be able to carry us once again. So Koa Pete here, who was a rookie within the past few years, already wins an MVP for the league. Cooper Flagg wins the Defensive Player of the Year, putting up 25, 10, 6, 1.5, and 2.3. I mean, you could argue wherever we look here, he has more points, he has more rebounds, he has more assists, he has more steals, he has more blocks, shooting a better field goal percentage, shooting a better free throw percentage, shooting a better three-point percentage. So could potentially be a robbery there. The Mavericks go 75-7, but as we look at it, Cooper Flagg wins. He gets the first team, and assuming that he gets the first team as well on defense, since he won the actual Defensive Player of the Year award. We didn't do that great. We went 41-41, but the good news is Cooper Flagg is one of the best players in the NBA to this point, so he's trying to get this video done. He wants to win a championship in this season. Let's see if they can get through the first round first against Milwaukee, a rematch of last season. They lose the first game. They lose the second game. So we do end up getting swept by the Bucks here, losing in the first round. We need something to change here. Cooper Flagg needs to win a championship, and he's been great, but the rest of the team around him has not been. Hopefully they can sign some people in free agency. So in the offseason, the Bulls actually go out and spend some money. Cooper Flagg up to a 93 here. They signed Bernard King at the shooting guard role in 88. Darren Peterson, who's been homegrown talent the year after Cooper Flagg, up to an 86. We're going to have to go through and edit some positions here. I don't know. That'll be tough. They'll figure out the rotation after that, but we might have to move Davis to a point guard. I guess not. We'll figure it out. There they go. Well, they'll figure out the rotation. Let's look to see what the game plan is here. Going through, we have 77, Jackson Davis, Bernard King at an 88, Elijah Williams at an 84, Cooper Flagg at a 93. They have Darren Peterson coming off of the bench. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. We'll see exactly what happens, but this is definitely the best team that Cooper Flagg has had. And last year, he didn't even win the MVP when he had pretty much better stats than the actual MVP in every single facet. So let's see if the Bulls are good enough where he can win his MVP, see if he can get his championship, and end the video here. We're not going to end it until he wins a championship, so it's up to Cooper Flagg and the rest of this team when that is. So Cooper Flagg wins the MVP this season, 24, 10, and 9 with 1.5 steals, 2.5 blocks, 60% from the field, 43% from three. And if we go through here, he also wins the Defensive Player of the Year. The Mavericks, 71-11, another great season from them. Cooper Flagg is on the first team. Let's see if we have any other players here. Nope. Cooper Flagg is on the defensive first team as well, though. And we also get Darius Hawkins on the all-rookie first team, so a good sign for us. We are the second seed in the East. We went 55-27, one game back from the Bullets, and it looks like this is the best team that he has had so far. We lose game 1 to the Celtics, though. We come back, win game 2, win game 3, and tied up going into game 5. This team is the best that we have seen. Hopefully Cooper Flagg can get through here. Darren Peterson, if he's still coming off the bench, we might have to change that. The Celtics up big here. Let's see if they can come back. It looks like the Celtics are going to run away with this one, and we get swept in the first round. Despite this Bulls team looking very solid from top to bottom, Cooper Flagg decided to re-sign here. They decided to actually get some pieces around him, and the Mavericks go on and win another championship. But Cooper Flagg had a great season, wins MVP. The rest of the team can't get past. We're going to see what happens this year. Cooper Flagg is doing everything that he can, but the rest of the team just not rallying behind him apparently. So the Bulls once again go out and get some good players to build around Cooper Flagg. We have Jackson Davis here, who was great last season. He was our player who made it on the rookie all and second team last year. Still great. And Darren Peterson, who's been great for us, an 88. And we have Elijah Williams here, an 84. Cooper Flagg, a 94. Buck Williams, an 88. Clark Kellogg, our 6th man. Besides that, the team not very great, but still good enough within that top 6 where I believe that we can be good enough to get potentially the number 1 seed this year. At least make it out of the first round. Cooper Flagg looking for that championship after winning MVP. He does need some help though. Cooper Flagg wins his 2nd MVP in a row here. Now if we look, 2 MVPs, 5 All-Stars, 5 All-NBA first teams, 5 first team All-Defense, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's been great. And if we go through, we also win Coach of the Year, 63-19, finally putting a competent team around Cooper Flagg here. Let's see if we have any other players here. On the first team, Cooper Flagg once again. And if we go through the number 1 seed in the East, we should be able to simulate through this first round against Miami and get by. Yeah, at 63 wins, we shouldn't have to worry about the first round. Let's see if we can finally get past the second round. Detroit wins game 1. We come back, win game 2. They win game 3. They win game 4. Now we're down 3-1. In another situation here where it seems like every single season in the playoffs we end up choking. We do come back here, a back and forth game, trying not to get eliminated. We're going to stay alive here. A very big win by 21. Cooper Flagg, Kellogg, and Williams all with 20 plus. Still, the job is not finished here. We got to win 2 more games. We just got to be the better team. And it looks like we could run away with this one. It is close. Still within a 10-point game as we get into the 4th, but we do run away with it here. Another 23-point victory here. And going into game 7, down 3-1, can we complete the comeback? Cooper Flagg looking to do it before LeBron does. Up by 10 here. And we should be able to run away with this one. So down 3-1, Cooper Flagg comes back and we win. We're going up against the Bullets, who went 55-27 here. And it looks like on the other side, the Mavericks lose in the second round. So we're not going to have to worry about that powerhouse. We should be able to make it through here. We lose game 1. We lose game 2. We lose game 3. And we're down 3-0. I don't know what the problem is, but they don't want to make it easy for the Bulls here. Going to be back and forth here. Going into the 4th quarter, we're up pretty big. They're starting to creep back a little bit here. It's going to be a 1-point game, down 3-0 with 1:39 left. Let's hop in. And it seems like Cooper Flagg's fouled out here. So we're going to have to find some points somewhere else. He's not on the floor, and we turn it over immediately. I don't know what kind of pass that was. Down by 1, our playoff chances still alive, but we're going to need something here. Looks like Magic Johnson on the Bullets there. Passes it down low. Bailey with the fantastic finish underneath. And it looks like we're going to have to do it with our other star, Darren Peterson here. Trying to hit a step back. Trying to find a lane here. Almost loses the ball. Going to try to find something here. It looks like nothing's open though. Peterson here. With 5 seconds, pulls up from the mid-range and puts that one in. 50 seconds, a 1-point game, trying not to get swept here in the second round. Magic Johnson coming down the floor here. McKenna going across. Kellogg underneath against Bailey. McKenna to the outside. And Magic misses the mid-range. We're going to go down, passing it to Clark Kellogg. Gets inside and gets the green with 27 left. We go up by 1. A 1-point game here with 26 left. We got to play good defense. Magic here trying to drive in. We get our hands up. They get the rebound though underneath. Magic with the ball here. 13 seconds. Comes off. Puts up a floater and puts it in with 9 seconds. So we got to take a timeout here. It would help if we had our best player on the court. Down by 1. But Peterson going to come in here. Trying to be the hero. With 5 seconds left. Pulls up for the win and it's off. we're going to get swept in the second round. And it seems like there's a curse put on this team. That looked like the best shot that we could come away with. Magic Johnson gets it done here. And we can't get to the finals, losing in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I meant to say earlier. I don't know if... I couldn't tell if that was... I thought it was Larry Bird for a second in the background, but it wasn't. We lose in the conference finals, and I don't know if it's just this team or what else we can do, but it seems like Cooper Flagg and this Bulls team couldn't make it past. And going through, looking at his career so far, I mean, we've played through a few seasons. It's been about 6 years, I believe, since he's been drafted here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 seasons, and he's been consistent throughout all of them, just not being able to get a championship. But let me know down below, do you guys want to see a part 2 here? We'll end this one here. Do you want to see a part 2? Potentially Cooper Flagg getting into his prime. He's going to be going up against some tougher competition. Now that he's coming into the 90s, there's going to be some other stars coming into the NBA. And with this roster that we have right now, let me know, should we split up Darren Peterson and Cooper Flagg? Should Cooper Flagg go somewhere else? He's only a 95, he's only 25 to this point, so we definitely have some room to move some things around. Let me know down below, and I'll see you in part 2.